Shalom, Markins, Rakam, Makapashim, Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, V'chakwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole for expression his truth in all sincerity. Okay, back again with another video. And yeah, October Surprise is in. You know, it's a conflict that's, you know, taking place in the Middle East concerning Israel and Gaza. You know, this is the October Surprise that was, everyone's waiting for, right? So, we'll see how this all plays out, man, because, a lot of things, is gonna, occur from this, right? It started off with the terrorist attacks, with Hamas, right? And them man killing people at festivals and taking people hostage, and there's like 1,200 of those Israelis that even put to death, right? And I said they've kidnapped people and all kinds of stuff, man. And they're fighting the seven territory of Israel and all this crazy stuff, man. Out of the blue, supposedly, no one knew, no one knew nothing about it. It took everyone by surprise. It was, the perfect surprise, right? And yeah, which is unfathomable to really think that these men didn't have intelligence of things that were going on prior to it happening. But that's not me just saying it. That's these experts, these military experts and whatever. They're saying the same thing on the news, man. I was watching a few news reports on that. And people are saying similar stuff, right? And so this is going to be used as a catalyst, to further propel the agenda of the elites, and I think what's this now, day 3 or day 4 of this whole conflict, man. And all the news stations that they're calling it a war, Netanyahu calling it a war, and and them man are bombing up the Gaza Strip right now, man, as you can see here, right? They're just bombing the shit out of it, man. Don't care who they're civilians, terrorists, don't care, man. They're gonna blow the shit out of everybody there, man, because that's the wrath of Cain. That is the wrath of Cain, which is on Esau, man. All right, and they're gonna take their pound of flesh, man. Okay, and more so, right? Then they're declaring a siege on the damn place. They're cutting off the water and the electric and all kinds of things, man. And like I said, the people in Gaza, the majority of these Palestinians or whatever, man, they ain't military. They ain't combatants, man. They're not, they ain't fighters, man. They're not like that. You're trying to attack these supposed terrorist cells, right? Oh, which is another thing, obviously they're implicating Iran and stuff like that. But I saw a report today saying they can't verify that information. They can't, really connect Iran just yet. We'll wait. We'll wait. Um, but yeah, these guys in Gaza, they're not fighters, man. These small groups of militants that you're trying to find, or these small groups of terrorists, these small groups of terrorists that you're trying to find, is a very small portion of them, man. And Gaza is a small place, but and it's poor, it's deprived, and yeah, you just bomb the shit out of civilians alike, even your own people that are there, being kept hostage, being destroyed, man. You got here, complete siege of Gaza, stripped ordered as Hamas says Israeli captives killed in airstrikes. So even the own people, man, Esau don't really care. It's just a show of force and to get the ball rolling. Yeah, siege of Gaza with no electricity, food or fuel. All right, so they're gonna cut everybody off, man, and have them die and starve and all kinds of shit. To justify what happened to them 1,200 people that were killed by them terrorist groups. Pardon me. All right, so like I said, we'll see we're gonna go on that. The double standards is funny, man, and just the whole Israeli thing is a joke, isn't it? At the end of the day, right? These are meant to be God's people, but they're always the victim and everything, right? They're meant to be blessed and return to their holy land. They're meant to be protected by the Lord and all that kind of stuff. But they're always crying the victim, man. Always being the victim. All right, which tells us one thing that's true, right? That these guys in the land of Israel are not who they claim to be. All right, But anyway, that's what's going on right now. That's the Black Swan or the October Surprise or whatever, that's taking place right now to like I said, further the agenda of the elites, right? So this is going to be ongoing, and we're going to see how this all develops, man. Because this is gonna, the world has to come in and things escalate, have to come in and defend Israel. So that's going to drag all the big nations in the world to come and fight or supposedly defend Israel, defend each other's assets and allies and stuff like that. Because of the treaties, the world pacts, the defense pacts that these nations have signed up with. If Iran gets implicated, then obviously guys like Russia and that they have to get involved, man. They have to defend Iran because the US is sided with obviously Israel, and Biden's he's done a strong message to show of unity. That they deserve to defend themselves and kill innocent civilians and all kinds of things, right? They have the right to do that, basically. And even the Israelis are talking about, oh, this is our 9/11, and this is the worst thing since the Holocaust, and all this kind of stuff. So they're really what's the word? Pumping it up, amping it up, man. Trying to sell this whole war on Gaza. All right. And I say if Iran gets implicated in that, then that can become a wider thing. But anyway, this is Matthew 24 verse 6. All right, because we were told these things, right? And these things we just sit here, we wait, we watch for these things to take place and for them to to escalate, to develop. So it says here in verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not be troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? So this is just, beginning of things. Every time these so-called, wars take place, or these rumors of wars, about to take place or whatever, man, we know we're not at the end just yet because we're still waiting upon the mark of the beast. We know that has to be out here, and it's not currently out there in the way that it needs to be. All right, so we know this ain't the end just yet, but we know for sure it's getting closer, right? And it's just a matter of time before these small hatters, it might be now. It might be that this might be the catalyst that sets all that in motion. But a matter of time for these small hatters, do the thing and bring around that war in the Middle East, man. And like I said, this could be this moment. We just have to wait and see. How long it's gonna be, drawn out for, how it's gonna escalate, who's gonna be implicated, and all that kind of stuff. And if the MOTB is in the winds right now, ready and waiting to be introduced, we could be seeing it really soon. As this war unfolds, we have to wait and see. All right. So verse 7 says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, right? So even just recently, I think, where was it, man? There was an earthquake recently. They killed a bunch of people. I remember hearing it today on the news. The Taliban, I think it must be in Afghanistan then. There was an earthquake there that killed a bunch of people. So these things are still going on. And like I said, it's all happening, simultaneously. And like I said, the Lord is bringing judgment upon the earth and, bringing prophecies to pass. All right. So, that's all happening. All right. That's all happening right now. Okay. So, we're going to sit and watch on the situation, how it develops, and eagerly anticipate, the world, the third woe, right? Revelation chapter 11 verse 14 says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right. So we've had World War I and II already. And they were instrumental in World War II. In fact, they got the land of Israel out of that, right? Like I said, which pursuant to prophecy, once the Israelites return back to the land of Israel, they're meant to be living in peace. We haven't seen that at all since they were put in that land. Okay, we haven't seen them have peace at all, right? So they ain't fulfilling prophecy on that front, okay, which we're going to get, in a moment. All right, but yeah, so the third war coming quickly, and we know they're going to play an important role in this one too. Well, they played a role in the first one as well, right? All the wars, the bankers and that kind of, they all played their roles in this, right? These small hats, right? So yeah, we wait upon the third war, the last, war on earth, world war on earth, right? All right, and it's going to be decided by the Lord, decided by Yahushai, right? Ending with the destruction of these nations, man. Most notably and primarily America, right? The Lord is using, people like Russia, China and that to put an end to uh, America's dominance over the earth, or its wickedness, right? With their nuclear arsenals, right? And not just them, but uh, all these other nations, man. Everyone that's got nukes is gonna play their part in it, because the Lord's gonna use all their nukes to destroy America with. All right, so we're waiting for this time, and that's why this Third World War, as it develops, right, it's not gonna this mark of the beast has to come, before the end of America. So therefore, before the end comes, the MLTB has to be out here. All right, but these events like this, Israel Gaza thing, could be the catalyst for all of this. So we just have to wait and see. And Esau's still planning, still hinting at the idea of another pestilence to come this winter. New variants and all that kind of stuff, man. So, like I said, when this shit goes down, it's gonna be a whole bunch of things that's happening all at the same time, which is just gonna cause great chaos in the earth. Okay, again, leading to war and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, we just sit and wait, because we know these prophecies are gonna come to pass, right? We merely are just observers and reporters, This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20. It said, "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom." Right? You Edomites, you so-called white people. That's who you are in the scriptures. Okay? You ain't Japhet. Okay, you ain't whoever else you think you are, right? You ain't any of those, man. You're Edomites, man. Right? You've been given power over the earth as prophecy dictates or dictated you would, right? Esau is the end of the world, right? That is you. And Israel is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, that ain't you. Right? You ain't Israelites, you ain't Japhites, you ain't any of that, right? You're Edomites, okay? And you've been given power in these last days to rule over this kingdom, over this world in wickedness, because you are the wicked, right? And the Most High is going to destroy you and return his sons, okay, beginning with the elect, to the land of Israel, from which, from that point, under the rule of Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior, right, are going to rule over the earth in righteousness, man. And the whole world is going to bow down to that righteousness, man. Right? That's what's supposed to be happening, if you are indeed the children of the Most High. Okay, that's what's meant to be happening under your watch, back in the land, under your authority. But you have no authority. You have no, you ain't influencing the world like that. You ain't setting the standards of righteousness upon the earth. Okay, like I said, there's no peace in that land. That land is not prospering. Okay, your people are not prospering. Right? None of this makes any sense according to prophecies. That you claim to be, the Israelites. It doesn't make any sense. All right, and that's why all this stuff's happening to you. Right? It says So yeah. Anyway, back here it says verse 20. "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he have proposed against the inhabitants of Teman." Okay, which is a tribe of Esau. Right? "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them," right? So the least of them, right? At least these Edomites, right? Because the majority of these Edomites, they don't know their ass from their head, you know what I mean? Right? They don't know what the hell's going on, man. They're just peons in the earth. Okay, it's really just these elites that know what's up, right? And they're the ones, making the plays in this world, right? Pulling the strings, setting things in motion, okay? Under the spirit of the Lord on the left hand side, okay? Governed by the men are governed by Satan. Um, so it's really just them. It's a small group of them, right? That's causing all these things to happen, right? Bringing around this World War III, okay? But the Lord's gonna destroy them. All right, they ain't gonna have success like they think they're gonna. And funny enough, actually, in Jeremiah 50, I think, where is it? because it repeats the same thing again, pretty much. But instead of Edom, it says Babylon, right? Which shows you, really, that spiritually, Esau is Babylon. Okay, Babylon the Great. Where is it? I'm sure it's in the next chapter. Oh, yes, verse 45 here, right? It says, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that ye proposed, how ye have taken against Babylon, right? So this is mentioned twice. This very same sentence, just changed names, right? But it only, it mentions Edom in one and it mentions Babylon in the other one. That's the only time, two times it occurs like this, right? But like spiritually, they're the same. Okay, Esau is Babylon the Great, right? And the judgment's the same, right? And these purposes that he had proposed against the land of the Chaldeans, okay, instead of Teman, it's the Chaldeans again, which is like the wives of their tribe, of their nation. That's what the Chaldees represents for Babylon, and what the Temanites represent for Esau. Right? It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Right? And America is that place, okay, where the Edomites' power seat is, which is going to be destroyed. Right? So at the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved. Okay, when you go into other scriptures about the earth moving to and fro, this is about the destruction of America, man. Right? With the thermonuclear missiles. Okay, that's never happened. Right? But that's about to happen. That's going to happen. Right? To future Babylon or Esau, Edom. Okay, America. Right? And the cry is heard among the nations, because these nations are gonna wail and cry when America is destroyed, man, because they're gonna be shocked. They're gonna be shocked, man. And that's what you read about in Revelation. Okay, the merchants and all that kind of stuff, they're gonna be crying and shit, man. But it's all talk about Esau, Edom in America, right? This is Joel chapter 3, verse 2. It says, I will gather all nations. One second. All right, so I'll also start from the top, right? So, behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, right? So this is supposed to be the deliverance of Israel, or during the time of the deliverance of Israel, right? Okay, which is supposed to, in this dimension, right? That, history that Esau's created, right, has already happened, right? Israelites were supposed to be already delivered and brought back into the land, right? Which hasn't really gone that well, right? But anyway, verse 2 says, I will also gather all the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? So currently, right now, these nations are being brought down into the Middle East, right? And like I said, this skirmish, this war, this war that's being put out there right now is going to attract the world's armies there to defend them. So whether this is the catalyst, and this is what was going to, because obviously they've been sending ships down there, to be a deterrent, to provide support or whatever, to the Israelis or whatever, right? So whether this is the catalyst at the moment or not, that's going to start bringing more and more people down there for that purpose, to fight in that Valley of Jehoshaphat, we'll have to wait and see. Right, but that Valley of Jehoshaphat is down there in the Middle East. All right. So now I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Now tell me something. In World War II now, is that what happened? Were the nations gathered down into the Valley of Jehoshaphat, or was most of the fighting being done in Europe? Mm. And they have cast lots for my people, and I've given a boy for an heart and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. I think that's all I really wanted of that. But there is... Let me get verse 9 here. So proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. All these nations for a long while now have been strengthening themselves up militarily, making alliances with stronger nations and so on and so forth, right? All nations have been doing this on their respective sides, and they're preparing for war. The Lord is making them prepare for war, right? Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Tiva call thy mighty ones to come down. Right, so let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Again, did that happen during World War II? No, it didn't. Right, it's an event that's about to happen. You know, and events like this is what's going to cause these things to happen. Okay, so we're waiting for this prophecy to be fulfilled and for the Israelites to be brought back to the land. Right. I'm going to carry on reading. Right, it says, the sun and moon shall be darkened, and stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion. Did Yahweh Shai turn up? That's what I want to know during World War II. No, he didn't. And out his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Or was it the British government? Was it the Rothschilds? You know, who knows, right? Maybe they're the Messiah. Maybe they're the Yahweh Shai, you know. Anyway, it says, so shall you know that I am the Lord your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy. Again, the word holy means separate. Now, don't they share the land with the Palestinians? and these other heathens, don't they share the land of Israel with them? But they're not holy, they're not separate. They even what's it? I might be mistaken, but I think that the mosque that sits where our temple used to be, I think it's Al-Aqsa Mosque, I think. I may be mistaken. But that's sitting right in the middle of Jerusalem, man. It's like, what the fuck, man? That shit shouldn't be there. You know, no, your capital was in Tel Aviv, bro. You know what I'm saying? You've had to move out. You know, what prophecies are these guys fulfilling, right? It's ridiculous. Right, anyway, then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore. The strangers, other nations. But you're obviously having issues, man, with them. They're obviously still passing through. Man, they're passing through right now through southern Israel and thing, you know, going under your intelligence and radars and shit, you know, supposedly, right? Man, just passing through, gunning down man at festivals and stuff. Like, come on, man, you ain't the fulfillment of this, all right? That's all I'm gonna get from that, right? So, let's see, no. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8 says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All right, so like I said, you know, these types of events that take place concerning Israel and you know, those in the Middle East, and that they're going to draw down the bigger nations down there to fight. So the Lord is using them as bait, as a reason to go down there into the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, so like I said, we eagerly anticipate, you know, to see how this develops, man, because we want it to happen. We want this, you know, these prophecies to be fulfilled, man, to come to pass ASAP. So everyone's got their role to play in this, man. These Israelis and, you know, the Iranians and the Americans, the Russians, they all got their roles to play in this, man, and we just want it to crack on, you know. So, you know, we watch like we're supposed to, with patience, right? But it's the Lord, you know, bringing this all to pass. Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 2. All right, something else that's not happening, right, which is supposed to be happening in the land of Israel, right? It says Isaiah 2, verse 1, and the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, right? So Israel is meant to be the pinnacle nation upon the earth. Not America, not Britain. Britain ain't been there for a long time still, but not China. They ain't gonna be the next world power and all this kind of bullshit. Not Russia, right? Israel is meant to be the world power. They're meant to be at the top, calling shots, right? But they're not. They're just a state of America, man. They're just, they're a power in the Middle East. Not even a great one at that, but they're backed by America, so that's what they really need, isn't it? They don't need the Lord. They don't need Yahweh Shah or God, Yahweh. They got America, so everything's fine. Iron Dome's working great. Right? So shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, right? And all nations shall flow unto it, right? Everyone's going to come into Jerusalem, not to war, right? Not to war, right? But to serve, right? And read and benefit from our rulership, our wisdom, and our knowledge, right? To be taught the laws, right? There ain't going to be no war no more, right? Verse 3, and many people should go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, right? This is what's supposed to be happening. And we will walk in his paths, right? They will walk in our ways, right? We're going to be given the direction in the earth. People are going to follow our ways of living because it is beneficial to all men, all creatures, right? To follow the way of righteousness, okay, which this world does not know and does not have. Right? They've been taught on being taught wickedness in the earth. Okay, beginning with Esau. Right? So they're gonna come to us, in order to live, to actually live. Right? And we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their plowshares into swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Right? It's the reverse of what we read in Joel. Right? They're gonna put down their weapons, man. Okay, this is what's supposed to happen when the Israelites are in power and put in their land. Okay, they're meant to become the top dog on the planet, and people are meant to bow down to them and learn their ways, man. Follow their rules. That's not what's happening today. They say they're currently at war in their own land, but they're meant to be putting down their weapons, right? Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. That's not true. That's not happening right now, is it? Evidently. Okay, but this is what's supposed to have occurred when these guys, went into the land. That's what's supposed to have happened. Has not been fulfilled. Right? Now, you got two choices of belief, right? That you can make out of this, right? One, that the Bible is not real at all. And if that's the case, then these guys in the land of Israel today, they ain't got nothing, no legs to stand on in the first place. They had no right being there. Or these guys in Israel today are not the Israelites of the Bible. And so we're still awaiting for the true sons of the Israelites to return to the land. Okay? And I'm gonna tell you now, it's the latter. We've got imposters in the land today, heathen, foreigners, strangers, whatever you want to call them, aliens, right? That inhabit our land today. Okay, they're not the Israelites that are prophesied in these scriptures, man. Okay, we're still waiting for that, or for this to take place. Okay. Is Deuteronomy chapter? No, what happened there? Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 28. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. Okay, this is in the end. This is the part of the prophecies, right? That will happen, before Israel in these last days, right? Israel then shall dwell after these last days, right? It tells you about each of the nations, each of the tribes of Israel, right? And it says here in 28, it says, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. They're currently not dwelling alone nor in safety, evidently. You know, the man that got hit by 5,000 Hamas rockets, man, and then their festivals are getting raided and whatever. So obviously this is not happening. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Says, happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their higher places. Again, none of this is happening right now. All right. This is Ezekiel 37, verse 12. So therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O my people Israel, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. Right? Again, a prophecy concerning the last days and when we're supposed to be brought back into our land, right? And ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, right? Being taken out of our dead state, out of our captivity, out of our slavery, right? Again, these small hatters are never taken anywhere in slavery. Okay, you can't consider them camps you were in as slavery. You went to labor camps, you worked and all that kind of stuff and whatever, man. Okay, but you not like us. We were actually put in slavery as a nation of people and spread all across all of the earth, right? And shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and shall place in your own, and I shall place you in your own land, right? Then you shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and have performed it, saith the Lord, right? So they're claiming they're the ones fulfilling this prophecy, right? The word of the Lord came unto me again, saying, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel and his companions, right? That's the whole nation of Israel, the 12 tribes. They don't have the whole 12 tribes there they don't have any tribes in there. They don't have the tribes down there, man, right? They just call themselves, Jays, which is only one tribe, right? And join them one to another into one stick, and they should become one in thy hand, right? But everybody's supposed to come back. We're meant to be reunited. Okay, that hasn't taken place with them, right? And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, what wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these things, or by these? Say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand. Okay, we're going to dwell in unity again. Right? And the sticks that whereupon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. Okay, this is what's supposed to happen when the Israelites come back, right? And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, okay, and become again the top, okay, exalted above the hills, the mountains, right? They're going to become the top and be rulers, right? And the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore all, right? So we're going to have our king back, we're going to have Yahushua there, and we're going to have King David, right? Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with the detestable things. There's still wickedness going on in the land of Israel today amongst these these Israelis, man. So that hasn't stopped, right? Nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them, so they shall be my people, and I will be their God. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them, which they don't. They don't run a monarchy. They run a democracy, right? They don't run the laws of the Bible. They run laws of democracy. In Esau's variants, right? Based on his laws. All right, it says, and they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell there, and even they and their children and their children's children forever, and my servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. Why aren't these men at peace then? Why they got to worry about Hamas and Gaza and the Palestinians and Iran, and why they got to worry about all these people if the Lord is supposed to have made a covenant of peace with them? And I will place them. Sorry. Yeah, covenant of peace with them, and it shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. They were even complaining on the TV today about, oh, we're just, because obviously they're comparing the the attack at 9/11 in America, right? And they're comparing, saying, oh, this is our 9/11, because proportionately, because we're such a small people, these people that were killed is massive. Why are you a small people? The Lord's meant to be multiplying you, man. You're meant to be as the sands of the sea. Why are you a small people? There's another thing, You complaining about being a small people. You're just weak and you're just victims, man. Victims on the earth. You play it worse than the black card, man. Just victims, man. So I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. And my tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. These people are not respecting you or looking at you like you some holy people, man. People are not acknowledging you one little bit. But they're supposed to know, and they will know when it's time. It's not time yet because it's not you, These people are going to know when the day, in that day, when the Lord returns these people to the land, they're going to know. Right? So just on that last point I made about the small, being the small people, right? Just to close the lesson with, right? Isaiah 16 verse 14. So the sons also then that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, right? So if you're always so heavily persecuted, like you were saying you was, then all these other nations that was involved with that, or didn't do nothing about it, or whatever, whatever the case may be, right? They're meant to come bowing down to you. None of these nations can bow down to you. So all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. Yeah, because you're so hated, right? Everyone hates you because because you're God's people or whatever. You fulfill prophecy, but you're back in your land. You're meant to be in power, right? They're meant to be bowing themselves down at you, man. Right? And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Yes, it's a great day to be an Israeli today, isn't it? Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and thou shalt suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. Right? So the other nations, man, they're gonna give their substance to us, man. Right? So for brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood for brass. And for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thy exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land. Wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation, the gates and thy gates praise. Yeah, I don't really think that's what's happening right now. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's really what's happening. Unless this whole thing was just fake news, and I just, I didn't realize. But I don't think this is happening, right? Because there's obviously violence in that land, and there has been violence in that land since they've been put in that land, right? It hasn't stopped, right? So this hasn't been fulfilled. These are not the people to fulfill these things, right? The sun shall be no more called no more thy light. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy God thy glory. The sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for the Lord shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. And no more mourning. But these guys are mourning even more, over the last few days. Much mourning, right? Thy people also shall be all righteous. Again, something they ain't. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Strong nation, man. All these men are acting weak. They're acting weak, man. Oh, we're small people. You know, it's retarded, man. To believe the narrative, you know, the historical narrative of all of this is retarded, man. A little one should become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in His time. So why isn't it happening? Why ain't none of this happening? You know what we're reading here. Again, because it's not time. It's not. They ain't the fulfillment, man. They are not the fulfillment of these prophecies, man. Okay, the fulfillment of these prophecies is going to come to pass soon, right? When the Lord actually gathers His elect from the four winds of heaven. Okay, when they're actually brought back to the land, and when they get brought back to the land, they're going to oust all you heathen, all you nations that are in the land of Israel today. And part of this, you know, this whole World War III is going to play a part in that, man, to oust you, to get rid of you. Right? So like I said, you know, Esau's doing his thing right now. You know, these Amalekites, they're doing their thing. You know, and so we wait patiently for, you know, the escalation and you know the the coming to pass of these prophecies that we read about and have been reading about for you know, beginning of our elders and apostles for many years now. You know, so you know, we just sit tight and we watch to see how this develops and that. But all we know is that, you know, the day of the Lord is coming soon, man, and you know, the truth is going to be going to be established, man. All right. So you know, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Lord willing, this is edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So till next time, I say shalom.